Let us be brutally honest for a second. If I ask you right now how business is going, how would you say? You will probably smile, take a deep breath, and say, man, I'm slammed. We're so swamped. And you will say that with a little bit of pride, because in our culture, being slammed is the ultimate status symbol. It means you are important. It means you are the engine. It means the whole thing falls apart without you. But let's strip away the ego. When you're driving between job sites, answering emails at red lights, and missing dinners because you have to fix a software glitch that only you know how to fix, that doesn't feel like success. It feels like you're drowning. You're bleeding time. You're bleeding energy. And whether you realize it or not, you're bleeding money. You think you are hustling. I'm here to tell you that you are just inefficient. And today we're going to stop the bleeding with a single sheet of paper. Now, the tactical tool I'm about to give you is just one part of a much larger system we broke down in episode 2 of the podcast. It is called Stop Washing the Laundry, the myth of the 16-hour day. We go deep into the psychology of why we trap ourselves in our own business. If you're feeling stuck, like you have been hitting a ceiling and you can't break through, you need to listen to that episode. You can find it in the playlist right here on this channel, or search the Trust Engine on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But for this video, I'm going to give you the practical step-by-step diagnostic tool from that episode so you can diagnose the problem today. To understand why this tool matters, I have to take you back to Plainview, Texas. I was the captain of my college basketball team. That was my identity, leadership, strategy, calling the plays. That was my high-value work. But picture this. It is 10:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. My teammates, the guys that I'm supposed to be leading, are back in the dorms. They're recovering, they're studying, they're sleeping. And where am I? I'm in the basement of the gym, in a concrete laundry room that smells like industrial bleach and sweat. I'm loading 24 dirty uniforms into the washing machines. I wasn't doing it because I loved laundry. No, I was doing it because I needed the money. It was a job. But there was this war going on in my head. On one hand, I was the captain, the leader. On the other hand, I was this guy sorting the socks. And I see this exact same dynamics in almost every single service business owner I talk to. You build a business, you're the captain. You're supposed to be looking at the horizon, steering the ship, finding the next big client. But instead, you're in the basement. You are resetting passwords. You are formatting invoices. You are running to Home Depot for the part you should have had in the truck a long time ago. You're the captain, but you're still washing the laundry. And here's the trap. You think doing the laundry proves you are a hard worker. You think it proves you are a servant leader. It doesn't. It proves you have failed to build a system. Here's the hard truth. I had to learn the hard way. You cannot lead a team if you're stuck in the laundry room. If you are indispensable to your daily operations, you are unpromotable to the position of CEO. Your to-do list is a liar. You look at your list and you see 20 items and you think, wow, look at all this work I have to do. But if you actually look at the list with a forensic lens, how much of it is actually moving the needle? How much of it is actually making the boat go faster? Most of it is just noise. It's just motion, not progress. So how do we separate the noise from the signal? We do a forensic time audit. I want you to do this with me. Do not just watch the video and nod your head. Look at the Google Sheet with me. It's simple. It's 3 columns. Column number 1, right here, is the activity. For the next 24 hours, just one day, I want you to write down everything you do. I mean, everything you do. If you spend 15 minutes scrolling on TikTok, write down. If you spend 30 minutes driving to a client because you forgot your tools, write it down. If you spend an hour fixing that typo on the website, write it down. Do not filter it. Do not try to make yourself look productive. This is a forensic audit. We need the raw data. Then, column number 2 is the duration. Be precise. We tend to underestimate how long things take. We think an email takes 2 minutes, but when you check the timestamp, it actually took you 20. Track the actual time that you spent on that activity. And then, column number 3 is the value. This is the most important part. Next to every single line item, I want you to assign a dollar value to that task. Not what you make. What is that task worth? If you schedule a meeting, is that a $1,000 an hour task? No, that's a $10 an hour task. If you're driving to make a sale, is that a $1,000 an hour task? No, that's a $100 an hour task. If you're negotiating a massive contract, okay, now we're talking about the $1,000 an hour work. When you fill this out, you are going to be shocked. You are going to look at the 8-hour day and you're going to realize that 6 of those hours were spent on $10 tasks. You're essentially a CEO who is paying himself a CEO salary to do entry-level work. Now, I know why you haven't done this. It hurts. It is physically painful to look at a piece of paper that proves you are wasting your own time. It challenges your ego. It forces you to admit that being slammed isn't a badge of honor. It's just a lack of discipline. But you have to get over that shame. You have to be willing to look at the data because you cannot automate a process you don't understand. And you cannot delegate a task you haven't identified. Once you see the laundry, you can never unsee it. And that's the first step to freedom. So here's your homework. I'm going to share the link of this spreadsheet in the comments below. Do the audit just for one day. Fill out those 3 columns. And in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do with that list. I'm going to show you how to take those $10 an hour tasks and eliminate, automate, or delegate so you can never touch a task again. But first, you have to get the data. Stop washing the laundry. Go do the audit. Now, let's go make that dollar.